If you don't like my investigation, then don't invite me on the trip. Or maybe I don't need to throw a trip. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. Real Housewives Atlanta season 13 episode, I don't know. I do know that this whole episode was literally just a commercial for the next episode because baby, she was not giving. She was not giving, but we're gonna talk about it. Kenya is on the phone with her father. He is just talking. And honestly, Kenya's daddy was just draining me, girl. It was just draining. Oh my God, like I was like, can you please get off the phone with him, please? I just can't do it. I can't do it, girl. Like, he was just talking about a bunch of nothing and was like, he just reminded me of just like this just outdated sense of thinking. It was just really bothering me, but girl, that's what's beside the point. So Drew invites Kenya over for dinner at this restaurant called Stockyard Burgers or something, and I actually been there before, and their burgers are pretty good. It's actually not too far from where I used to stay at back in like 2016, 2017 or whatever. But yeah, they're talking, their meetup, like their meetup just went wrong quickly. It's cute because when they first like started to talk, it was like, hey girl, da, 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 and then they just started to talk more, and Drew was talking over Kenya, Kenya was talking over Drew, and they were just not getting any like clarity on anything. Like you could tell that Kenya was getting like pissed off and like irritated, and Drew was out here doing this singing and just like, I'm just like, y'all need a mediator. Like y'all need a referee or something because sis, this is just not good. And like Drew's just bringing up that she thinks that Kenya was getting defensive. And Kenya brings up that she felt like Drew was attacking her. And Drew's whole point is just like, sis, I was just asking questions and you don't like the facts. That's your point. Like, girl, I'm sitting here just saying some stuff and you don't like it. Like, I'm just spitting facts. And Kenya, I don't know, it was so unnecessary. So they about to end, and Kenya's so shady. Kenya is literally me in that situation. She said, girl, bring the check. Like, bring the check. Girl, Drew said, no, we can split it. Kenya said, girl, I don't split checks. Baby, I holler. Kenya said she don't split no checks, girl. Like, either you gonna pay for the whole check, but they did end up splitting the check. But, like, girl, I don't know. I would let Kenya, like, I don't know, girl. It depends on when I had paid my rent or whatever. I would have said, girl, she can pay for the check. Like, it's a way to turn that. Like, girl, yeah, girl, that's you wasting your money. Go ahead and pay for me a free meal and come and sit down with you. I definitely need it. Like, there was a way for her to do that, but Drew she learning. I hope she get her fashions together, but because girl, the confession just not getting. But I like Drew. I like her. So Cynthia is on a car ride with her sister. Now I honestly forgot the name of her sister. Mallory, yes. So they on a car ride and they're talking about, you know, the wedding, and Cynthia's just telling us all the things going wrong with 10-10-20. There's a hurricane coming. What else is going on? Mike's ring doesn't fit. Cynthia's mother dress doesn't arrive till 6 days after. Her daughter's dress won't arrive till later on. Like, it's just so much going on. And I think, honestly, I would have took this as a sign like, I need to wait till after the pandemic. We need to do a smaller ceremony, and then we need to just go ahead. Like, that would have been a sign for me, girl. That, like, I believe in signs when too much wrong stuff is going on in a situation like that. I'm like, okay, girl, let me sit down and regroup. Am I the only person that does that? Like, if it's like, it'll be like 2 or 3 things. I'm like, okay, girls, the energy. I'm telling you, if I was to go to Publix right now, and something was to happen, to keep me, like, something random would have happened, like, drop this, and something cracked, or da-da-da, and then something else happened, and then something, I said, okay, girl, something's going on, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's some energies like, girl, I'm trying, maybe we playing Ghost, girl, maybe some zzz. Y'all remember the movie Ghost, when what's the name kept moving stuff? Patrick Swayze kept moving stuff, what is that? Girl, I feel like that is something watching over me and saying, girl, you in danger. Sit your ass down. And I'm like, okay, girl, you let me go sit my ass down somewhere. So I couldn't do it. So while she's talking about this, Mallory gets a text message or something, and it is the article from page 6. 2 Atlanta housewives was out here getting it at Cynthia's bachelorette party, and Mallory Mallory had that judgmental auntie look, and I literally hollered because it was very like, girl, like, what's the tea, what's the giving? And Cynthia like, girl, I told you it was a lot going on, but this ain't the first time that the housewives have been on the cover of, like, Kenya had called it front page news. I wouldn't give it all that, girl, but it's been on, you know, page 6 or something that y'all did or whatever. And now we trying to figure out who leaked the tea to the press. Who leaked the tea to the press? Now all fingers are pointed towards Kenya because Kenya was the one doing the investigation, trying to figure out what's going on, So they think that it's Kenya. Like, now when Kenya gets asked the question, did she leak it? Kenya says that no, I think it was an inside job, which does make sense. I can see it being somebody like on who works for, like, on the set or whatever, who leaked the tea and I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But girl, I don't know, as much as y'all was just talking, like Candy was saying what she wasn't gonna say, like, you saying that you're not gonna say something is already saying something. Just shut up. Just shut up. All you gotta do is say, girl, I ain't in that. That's all you gotta say, girl, I ain't in that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But you say, I don't wanna say nothing, but you know, there was something, like, Candy has been dry snitching the last couple of episodes. Like, girl, come on now, you've been dry snitching as much as anybody. But you know, I do think that it might have been Kenya. Kenya said, girl, if it was been me, it would have been on Love B. Scott or TMZ, but not that much. So, girl, I don't know. So Candy heads over to Marlo's little festivity she's having for the fall, and Candy is telling, like, girl, the news is jumping. Ladies in your hand at home, on the covers, girl, I don't know the song, I don't know the words, but like, Marlo like, oh girl, like, what's it giving? And Candace reading the story and just saying that, you know, she ain't said nothing. She's not had no conversation about anything. And we see from the next episode that Kenya is steady having a conversation about what happened, and you can tell Candace getting irritated about it. She's like, girl, I'm not in that. Like, I'm not gonna give up nothing. Just stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. So, girl, I think this started a conversation on who had it, who's been out here leaking tea. Kenya shows up, and Kenya had the look on her face, the same look that Porsha had on when they were trying to figure out who was in the room with Bolo. Now, let me tell y'all know I love me some It's Tanya time, but baby, Tanya ass they say she fled to Canada. Baby, they were dragging her so bad and saying that she left the country. Like, they said Tanya left. I think that's the last time we're gonna see Tanya. I think that's going to be the last. Like, Tanya don't play them type of games. Like, Tanya's like, girl, no ma'am, y'all ain't putting me in that mess. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But Tanya done flew the coop, girl. She said, girl, not me. Not me at all, sis. Now, all the ladies make it. Drew looks good. I love her blonde party cedar wig. I did like her outfit. She looked good. Marlo had her little cape of Evangelista on. What else? Who else had some stuff on? That, like, everybody look good. I love Candace with purple and black hair. Y'all know purple is my favorite color, so I just love that. So everybody's there. Porsha is not there. Come to find out, Porsha is late. Now, Porsha says that she put in the wrong address or something, and then she ended up going an hour out. So she was not, you know, it took her an hour and like some time to get there, so she was running extremely late. I think Porsha might have been late because she's seen them stories. I think Porsha was late on purpose because she don't want to have no conversation about it. None of that, because her friend that flew the coop, her friend ain't showing up, and everybody else is showing up. You had Marlo was there, who's the friend of the show. You also had what's her name, who is a friend of the show too. Toya, she was there, and like Tanya wasn't there, and Porsha wasn't there. So that's already telling you what's going on. Porsha like, girl, I ain't getting into none of that. So Cynthia makes a phone call to the girls, and they FaceTime her, and she's out at some rundown bridal shop. I was like, oh my God, y'all could at least clean the sign. Like, the sign was dirty as hell. I was like, oh my God, girl, we finna be on TV. Y'all look like y'all was in the middle of nowhere. So they are looking for like a dress for her mama, and Cynthia's just talking to them, and then Candace said, girl, you got that prenup? And Cynthia's just like, no, I ain't got no prenup. And Candace just like, girl, consider the stuff that's going on with Kenya. Cynthia needs a prenup, and Kenya's just like, considering the stuff that she went through with Peter, she might not need a prenup. But honestly, I think that Cynthia has a good man. I was a little bit concerned with the whole thing with him sleeping with all his friends, and you know, all of them was there. I don't have any problem with folks sleeping with friends. I think like sex has to be consensual no matter what it is. I don't think nothing is wrong with that, especially with, like, when it comes to queer folks, because queer folks be like, yeah, I have sex with all your friends. Girl, do you know how hard it is for us to just date or do anything? Like, girl, it ain't nothing, no issue. As long as it's consensual, I don't see no issue with it at all. But I'm not out here having sex with my friends. But, you know, give it an opportunity. There's some friends that I find like, girl, yes, man, you can get it. Why? Period. But that was my only issue with Homeboy. That's my only issue with him. But I have a good vibe from him. I think Peter was already giving those vibes off that he was already doing stuff that was already questionable already from the beginning. So I don't really blame Cynthia for not having no prenup. I think Cynthia feels like that her and Mike, they had a conversation about it, and they both Gucci, like they don't have nothing to worry about. I don't think Mike is one of those folks. I think Peter was a weak ass man, and I definitely think that Mark Daly is a weak ass man too. So I think I don't see Mike will. I don't see Mike as a weak man. I just don't. I see him as a strong man. So girl, that's what it is. Even Shamia was there, and you know, I don't know what was the purpose. They throwing pumpkins at a little flower. It was really a waste of time. It was just some reason for them to film. They do that. The girls is ready to go. Kenya just like, girl, we're not gonna wait on Porsha. Porsha late, girl, I'm leaving. Like, let's leave. And they head home, and then Shamia feels bad. She's just like, well, I feel like we need to wait. Porsha finally pulls up. I know it was late as hell. Porsha gets there, they talk for a minute, and Marlo expresses that she feels some type of way, that they treating her funny because she is now friends with Kenya. And I feel like that is a little bit of Marlo projecting, and Porsha had a real good reason to come back. She's like, first of all, I ain't talked to my friends since the trip. Like, I ain't really talked to too many folks. And Porsha said, girl, I just find it very odd that Kenya has become friends with this girl, like, after this. Like, she's forgiven her. At first she didn't want to talk, she didn't want to do none of it, but now all of a sudden, because Kenya ain't had no friends on the show, she ain't had no friends, like, ain't nobody, she ain't cool with Drew. Candy is okay, Cynthia is okay, but Cynthia don't mind calling her out. It's just like more than half the cast ain't really here for Kenya, to be honest. I feel like that, you know, this is how Porsha was treated after the situation with Phaedra. Like, that's what happened. But I feel like Porsha says she ain't interested in being cool at all with Kenya Moore. She said she's not fucking never would have made Kenya and Porsha relationship is a no. It just won't happen. And I honestly respect it. I think Porsha really feeling her beat. I think Porsha feels and knows that she is the center of attention this season. There's no reason for her to even pretend to be cool with Kenya. If anything, Kenya needs to be cool with Porsha to get the camera time. So I think Porsha is threatened by that. I think Porsha is hearing good things. And I don't know who them good things is coming from. But I think Porsha knows that she's safe. Like, she will get a peach next season. I think if anything, Porsha knows that she ain't got to worry about, you know, this fake relationship or anything with Kenya. And if anything, Kenya needs it, because Kenya, as you can see, is dealing with her own issues. And she's out here, you know, going to the therapist, talking to her therapist. I support her going to talk to the therapist and stuff. I don't know what they were talking about. I really checked out mentally after like 30 seconds of the conversation. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I just don't even remember what they was even talking about. It just wasn't. I was like, okay, because I can't, like, when she started talking about Mark Daly and what he doing, I just started checking out mentally. I'm like, okay, woo, balloons and flowers and horses. Like, that's all I got for y'all. Like, I just don't really care about any of that. So I don't know. But this episode was lackluster, girl. I don't know. It just wasn't giving. Next episode, like, it's gonna be really good. We got Porsha having a conversation with Dennis, which I am kind of interested in hearing about now. Like, now I'm ready for a Porsha and Dennis conversation. Now. But I wasn't interested at first. Like, I'm interested in it now. We're getting up to Cynthia's wedding. Cynthia's talking about that some more. And it seems like Drew and Toya finna bump heads and it's finna be an issue. So, girl, I'm doing the Drew. But tell me what y'all thought about this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.